And we don't have product approval to actually be able to talk about that. And I think we might be too long, that the founder's part might
Thanks,
actually
Mooney.
go over.
Thanks, Lauren. I think I just need a minute.
Okay.
Hey, Sendhil. I was hoping we'd just look at the script real quick just to make sure that we're on the same page before you head out there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is actually pretty great. But don't you think it should be more about control? I mean, we certainly want to cover best practices for work management and how this is really an evidence-based way of working. And really, we need to focus a little bit on metrics. That's the important part, right? You know, I'm just gonna throw in a couple little notes here. Is that okay?
Sure.
Great, glad you agree.
Hey, Sendhil. Oh, no, not this guy. You're not gonna let him make your speech all about metrics, are you? No, you're gonna bore the crowd to death. You need art. You need pizzazz. You need to focus on innovation. You know, freedom, flexibility. Wait, did I say pizzazz? Because that's what the people want.
Always thinking people want glitz over substance.
I'm sorry, did you say something? I fell asleep as soon as you started talking.
Well, you should wake up because what I was saying was really important.
Yeah, it's
the
important
numbers,
enough
yeah.
to put me to bed.
Well,
Thank you so much.
The figures
I needed
need
that.
to be
I
presented.
needed that. How does my
It's-
face look? I feel like I'm glowing now.
Well, you
I
might
really
be, but colors aren't really going to
It's
help
not
here. It's
that
going to be the hard numbers.
Oh,
really. That's-
and I don't think this
Sendhil
top
will agree with
button,
me.
being so
This
high
top button
up
is very fashionable.
Is it?
My mom said it
You're a
looked
little
really nice.
Okay, stop. Listen, there's no need to argue over who's more important. We need to come together to find the best solution. Data leads to innovation, and innovation leads to more data. This work would be impossible to do alone.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know, data leads to
innovation, and innovation leads to more data. It really is impossible to do alone.
Getting kind of emotional. Having a moment, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Or-
Oh, wait.
Sendhil saves the day.
Sendhil, you're up.
Okay, let's go.
Please welcome to the stage Head of Product Marketing, Work Management for All, Sendhil Jayachandran.
Hey, everyone. Huge welcome to Team 23. Now, just as we saw in that video, we often play the internal game of tug of war between the influences of art and science, right within our own organizations. Success is impossible alone if either piece exists alone. When the art and science of teamwork, though, exist in harmony, amazing things happen. Our customer, Rivian, recently launched the R1S SUV. It's both a design and engineering marvel. Rivian designed the exterior to have classic SUV proportions, yet the R1S still has a great drag coefficient. It helps the vehicle go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in only 3.5 seconds. The engineering is incredible too. Its electric powertrain can handle climates ranging from -25 all the way up to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. It tows up to 7,700 pounds while still offering up to 390 miles of range. Rivian, Domino's, NASA, and Reddit are among the more than 250,000 customers we serve. For the past 20 years, we've been pioneering solutions in the work management market. We serve companies all over the world, from startups to global enterprises in every industry. So whether it's marketing, sales, HR, or software development, we unleash the potential of every team. The possibilities are endless. Our products let business and technology teams work differently together. We do this by connecting teams, apps, and ways of working at the personal, team, and company level. Erika and I are so excited to share with you our latest product announcements. They'll advance both the art exhibits and the science fairs within your company. The art of teamwork is all about unleashing collaboration without limits. Our product announcements driving the art of teamwork eliminate boundaries around how we collaborate, who we collaborate with, and what we use to collaborate. And as we look to the future, we can learn from the past. Pablo Picasso is famous for drawing inspiration from his surroundings to drive innovative work. During his famous blue period and rose period, his color use shifted dramatically. It's attributed to changes in his environment. Similarly, our work surroundings are critical in bringing out our best. Whether it's a brilliant colleague or a thought-provoking data point, we rely on our environment to take contributions to that next level. Meaningful work is impossible alone. The key to removing barriers around how we collaborate is to equip our teams with both the perspectives and context to succeed. So today, we're announcing Confluence whiteboards. It's a powerful canvas for teams to ideate visually, map relationships between work and apps, and turn ideas into action. It helps our customers bring teams together to collaborate in real time, whether they're brainstorming, planning priorities, or conducting retros. This is a significant moment for Confluence. It's long been a trusted source for creating and sharing organizational knowledge, as well as for project collaboration. Today, it becomes a source of actionable, context-driven ideation. Let's check out the powerful canvas of whiteboards in this preview video. All right, great preview. Now let's see whiteboards in action. Let's say you're collaborating with marketing, creative, and product teams in preparation for an upcoming product launch. Each team brings a critical perspective. The product team has an intimate understanding of new capabilities. The marketing team, they've got a solid positioning strategy in place. And the design team is rolling out a new brand language right alongside the launch. Unfortunately, as so often is the case, work is happening in silos. Cross-functional collaboration is incredibly limited. Each team has a separate set of work rituals with limited opportunities to incorporate each other's input. Confluence whiteboards changes the game. It brings together cross-functional team members to join forces with you and brainstorm around the launch. Let's see what happens when everyone adds their ideas to the Confluence whiteboard. Even with your teams located all over the world, whiteboards brings together everyone to collaborate in real time. With this simple drag and drop, your teammates can add ideas on sticky notes, while others use the freehand pen to draw directly on the whiteboard. The moderator jumps in to add structure. They bucket ideas by theme. Initiatives that would have been impossible to conceive of alone come together through the power of whiteboards. Input goes beyond words on the whiteboard. The team uses collaborative elements like stamps and stickers to show reaction and call out risk. But there's more. Here's where Atlassian's secret sauce comes in. The product team normally works in Jira Product Discovery, Atlassian's product management hub, to explore feature ideas and prioritize to ensure that the right ones get built. For example, you can see the team's currently working on improving usability for the share feature. The product team shares that they have key insights from customer calls, like this partner integration request. It'll be useful here to provide critical context and quotes to fuel the marketing campaign. They hadn't thought about connecting the dots between teams before. Imagine if you could have all of this important information right within a whiteboard. Well, now you can. Your product manager imports the customer context from Jira Product Discovery directly to your whiteboard. Your creative team does the same, adding in related campaign concepts that were in planning stages from Jira Work Management, Atlassian's project management solution built for business teams. And right within the whiteboard, the teams draw connector lines to call out how the customer anecdotes in Jira Product Discovery should impact the campaign designs being planned in Jira Work Management. Those relationships and dependencies update in both places for all teams to see. With the big picture now in full view, the teams are able to whittle down the list of ideas that they'll pursue. They create Confluence briefs right from the whiteboard to get them off to a running start. Like great art, great work starts with the canvas of ideas that inspires people to act. With whiteboards and Confluence, information flows freely between the places you create and the places you get work done. This includes the wonderful applications in our partner ecosystem. Now is the time to quickly move on making your great ideas a reality. To get your hands on whiteboards and Confluence, sign up at Atlassian.com/whiteboards. Now, we talked about how Picasso's style changed over the years due to his environment. These shifts, they're happening all the time in our work too. So how do you keep everyone up to date without time-consuming manual changes across multiple places? To ensure context does not get lost, we are rolling out another huge change to how you collaborate. We're introducing Confluence databases. Through an acquisition of Orderly Databases by K15T, who's an Atlassian Platinum Marketplace partner, databases offer a powerful solution for teams to visualize and connect work in Confluence, so they're always up to date. Here's how. You're likely familiar with the overall concept of databases. They're structured tables with different field types to manage complex work. They make it easier to aggregate and keep track of information. You can pull in Jira issues and Confluence pages and add living fields like status, owners, or due dates. Then you have the option to filter, sort, and present your work through different views. This may still sound a bit like a normal table, but here's where the power comes in. Content in databases is fluid. This means you can reference individual cells, whole rows, or entire databases anywhere in Confluence. The changes you make in one database are automatically updated everywhere, all at once. So imagine a marketing department managing their budget across events. Anytime a team member updates a piece of that event's budget, it's reflected in every dependent page and plan. Before databases, context would have gotten lost in that game of telephone as information passes through different pages and teammates. Now, databases in Confluence provides the information that your teams need firsthand. It stops the game of telephone right in its tracks and keeps everyone on the same page. To learn more about Confluence databases, sign up to get access at Atlassian.com/databases. So, we've seen teams draw inspiration from the canvas of whiteboards and the context of databases. I believe we all have a little bit of that Picasso in us. How will you bring it out in your org? The art of teamwork requires eliminating boundaries around not just how you collaborate, but also who we collaborate with. Great work is impossible alone within the boundaries of team structures or organizational walls. The 1 million masterpiece is the largest artistic collaboration ever attempted. 26,000 artists from more than 170 countries came together to produce this incredible mosaic that would have quite literally been impossible alone. For your Impossible Alone initiatives, we are introducing exciting ways to extend collaboration outside your team and departments, even beyond the walls of your organization. For most of us, working well with external colleagues is a critical part of our success. But partnering with contractors, vendors, and external agencies is oftentimes this constant tightrope walk. You need to communicate critical information, yet you're also worrying about the security risk of sharing outside your company with little controls. As a result, it's common to find yourself enabling access to one document at a time or manually placing info into other apps that external partners can access. This way of knowledge sharing is completely outdated. We're excited to share that Confluence guests will be generally available in Q3 of 2023. It enables secure external collaboration at scale. Confluence Cloud Premium, Standard, and Enterprise customers all have access to guests. For each paid user on a Confluence site, admins can add up to 5 external guests for free. This way, you can easily collaborate with those valuable experts outside your organization. Guests are only granted access to one space at a time. This means you can give external collaborators permissions on a per-project basis. There's no need to choose between blanket access or limits to only certain docs. We're opening doors for collaboration outside your company in a secure, structured, and scalable way. To share information even more broadly, you can generate public links for view-only versions to individual Confluence pages. This provides access to specific plans and announcements that you'd like anyone to see. Content on a page with public links can be viewed by and shared with anyone. This is a great way for you to share knowledge with people like clients, vendors, and contractors without needing to pay for that extra seat on Confluence. And just like Confluence guests, public links provide that incredibly secure experience. Only Confluence and site admins can enable public link use in Confluence settings. With public links activated, your users can then disable or enable public links on individual Confluence pages. Confluence has already helped customers like ANZ Bank switch to a modern way of working, radically shifting the openness with which their 50,000 employees document and share knowledge across their company. Let's check it out in this video.
Knowledge becomes powerful by sharing, so that it's no longer an individual's knowledge, it's a community's knowledge.
Having this fabulous suite of tools that just enables all of that to magically happen for us is the gift that keeps on giving. I don't really understand any of how it all works, so it is just unicorn magic.
Love that quote, unicorn magic. Okay, so we just covered how Confluence is expanding knowledge and collaboration beyond the walls of your organization. Now, what if collaboration could go even further, to the very ends of the internet? How many of us have ever been browsing a website and thought, oh, this is good. I need to share this part with my team. Then what do? Copy and paste the link and send it in Slack or Microsoft Teams. Then we forget where it lives later when we need to reference it again. Well, we're gonna fix that. Something exciting is coming to the web and Confluence. Hypothesis, an Atlassian Ventures portfolio company, is a new way to discuss content where it lives. Hypothesis allows conversations to happen spontaneously, anywhere, with anyone. Through our partnership, those conversations can now connect to the teams and spaces inside of your Confluence instance. Now, your teams can collaborate on anything within their browsers. The breadth of your collaborative knowledge base can be as wide as the web itself. Let's take a look at Solario EV. They're an electric car company whose product team is conducting a competitive analysis of Amped Auto. The team's on Amped Auto's website, and they notice an interesting horsepower claim. They comment that the figure is lower than expected, they tag their sales and PR teams, and they link it into their shared competitive analysis space right in Confluence. They can now have a conversation with their team privately about the public information they just found. Collaboration that was previously forced into email or chat out of context now happens in context and becomes a part of your team's shared knowledge base. The power of bringing your teams with you anywhere is a game changer. The waitlist for this capability within Confluence is now open. Visit the team at the Confluence booth between 12 and 2 over the next few days for a demo. You can also learn more by visiting Hypothesis or scanning the QR code on the screen. Now, it's natural for us to think of external teams when we talk about broadening collaboration. But we also need to consider the wealth of insights that sit right within our own orgs. The subject matter experts and the initiatives supporting key goals help take our work to that next level. Atlas empowers everyone in your organization to answer the following: what's happening, why it's happening, who's working on it, and how's it going? These are simple questions, right, that are oftentimes so difficult to answer, especially if you don't know who to ask or where to look. Think about it. How many times have we been thrown into a project with minimal context? To get you oriented, teammates might forward a bunch of emails, add you to some Slack channels, send a bunch of files your way, and that's it. With Atlas, there's a better way. Atlas is a teamwork directory that connects the dots across your teams, your apps, and your work wherever it happens. With Atlas, you can see all of your coworkers and the teams they're a part of, as well as the projects those teams are delivering in support of shared goals. Atlas's directory lets you search by individuals and teams. This is way different than the directories you might be used to, which are oftentimes just glorified org charts. Atlas helps you filter through added dimensions like past and current projects, or the goals people are contributing to. The end result helps you understand who individuals are and how they fit into your work and organization. It makes your life easier and more efficient. With Atlas, each project in your company receives a powerful homepage. This project homepage, for a co-branded partnership launch, gives a clear overview of what we're doing, who's working on it, why we're doing it, and what success looks like. Related projects like the market sizing work and the goals that the project ladders up to are captured there too. We can see all this work drives 10,000 new users in the upcoming fiscal year. Context is all in one place, easy for anyone to find and share. Each goal within Atlas receives a similar homepage. It provides an easy way to see how projects are contributing to the company goals without getting into the weeds of every project. With projects and goals in Atlas, managers and contributors can stay aligned through the lens that's most relevant. Every week for projects and every month for goals, stakeholders get a brief update on progress. Following the projects and goals that you care about gives you a friendly, scrollable feed of the latest updates, with the ability to quickly view files like Loom videos, Confluence pages, or Miro mocks without interrupting your flow. Now, say goodbye to those expensive, time-consuming status meetings. You will never have to sit through another one just to see what's going on. As you can see, whether it's within your organization or beyond its walls, removing limits around how we collaborate with benefits everyone. It moves insights out of silos and into the open. Like the 1 million masterpiece, the bigger picture is better because of its parts. We also need to remove barriers around what we use to collaborate. Michelangelo expressed himself as a sculptor, painter, architect, and poet. From his sculpture of David to his frescoes on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, he has produced timeless pieces of art across mediums. If only we could all be so versatile. But unfortunately, most of us are not. Each employee within your company and each of their teams has a unique working style and a preferred set of apps. It wouldn't be effective to ask one team to move their work into another team's app. And yet, companies try to do this all the time. I've experienced it at past companies, and I'm sure you have as well. It starts with this top-down mandate to use a product, but it just doesn't help you get your job done. So you end up finding a workaround to keep using the solution you love. Information gets lost, and transparency is blocked by app walls. What's the solution? Foster a culture of working differently together. Let people use the apps that are best for the job. Then make sure that work is connected across infrastructure and teams with as little work as possible. Smart Links makes that connection effortless by acting as windows into work across all of our Atlassian products and over 2,000 of your team's most commonly used apps, like Loom, Figma, and Microsoft Office 365. There's nothing to install, there's no setup. This cross-product collaboration layer is powered entirely by the Atlassian platform. No matter what you use to do your work, Smart Links makes it easy to see and share. Let's take a look. When you paste a link into any Atlassian product, Smart Links inline view turns it into a glimpse of just the relevant top-line info, so you can share high-level context. The card view is great for displaying and making edits to information that connects to workflow. This is your personal Trello to-do board. Here, you can add a Jira task right within it. You can then track its progress and change its status without switching apps. And sometimes, your windows into work need to be more expansive. When your teams need full visibility into plans or cross-team roadmaps, you can embed them where the work is happening. This Jira Advanced Roadmap is embedded right within a Confluence page. It shows all the phases in a cross-company initiative and includes tasks from both Jira Software and Jira Work Management. Unlike screenshots or copy and pasted information that oftentimes becomes outdated immediately, Smart Links, like this one, provide up-to-date information anywhere it's referenced. For deadline-driven work, with dependencies across multiple teams, you are going to love our new Jira shared release dates. It's built to connect work between Jira Software and Jira Work Management. No more confusion between your business and technical teams, only complete coordination and alignment. Now, if your development team's delivery dates get accelerated or delayed in Jira Software, the new dates automatically sync to the marketing team's launch calendar right in Jira Work Management. And speaking of staying on the same page, we're introducing the ability to kick off work from any app, anywhere. Right now, y'all are probably jotting things down in Evernote or wherever you can figuratively reach for a pen fast. After you capture your thoughts, that knowledge is constrained in the product, oftentimes never even getting shared out. Well, we're going to change that. Right now, you can already create and edit Confluence pages within Microsoft Teams. Soon, you'll be able to work on Confluence pages from anywhere, including Trello, Jira Work Management, Google Workspace, and a whole lot more. Check out how this looks in Miro. You can share and document critical conversations in Confluence right where the work is happening. And that captured context goes right into a shared space that everyone on your team can access. No more unrelayed conversations or uninformed decisions. So, we may not all be able to be like Michelangelo, mastering every app in our organization. But luckily, we don't have to. At Atlassian, we have our sights set on tightly connecting all of the work products that your teams love and rely upon. This way, each artist at your company can use the medium that they prefer. They can work differently, together. We can't wait to see the masterpieces that your team will dream up when context, status, and insights are universally accessible throughout your org. So look, we've covered a lot. We've seen how valuable the art of teamwork is. Imagine adding the science of teamwork to the equation. And to talk about the science of teamwork, join me in welcoming Erika Trautman, Head of Product for Work Management.
Thank you, Sendhil. Great job. Where the art of teamwork is about creating safe space for diverse ways of collaborating, the science of teamwork is about getting to that objective insight to mine your organizational gold. Your organization is a treasure trove of untapped data. It's got valuable feedback about customers, business conditions, the market environment that today are all probably sitting disconnected. Imagine what could happen if the tools that you used every day distilled those insights, talked to each other, and helped you make sense of it all. Atlassian's tools are built on a common platform that unifies your data across all our tools, as well as the third-party tools that your teams use every day, which means every project, every strategic plan, every interaction driving those good ideas forward becomes part of your data foundation. So no matter which tools your teams are using to get work done, you get the benefit of the best in analytics, automation, and intelligence. The product announcements that we're making today around the science of teamwork are meant to help you uncover insights, optimize your processes, and apply intelligence. And to start, I want to talk about X-rays. Because when scientific insight helps us see things we've never seen before, breakthroughs happen. When Wilhelm Röntgen discovered the X-ray, anyone have an idea when? Way back in 1895, he was testing whether cathode rays could pass through glass. I'm sure he had no idea how important this happy little accident would be. Today, we all know it was a revelation in our understanding of the human body. We saw, we understood things that had been completely opaque before. A breakthrough in scientific insight can lead to profound advancement. And the same is true when it comes to understanding your own business. I don't know if you've noticed, but we are living in uncertain times right now, and we need to be prioritizing and designing initiatives that drive the most business-critical results. And I know that is easier said than done, believe me. But if you can apply data to derive insights, breakthroughs happen. We're launching Atlassian Analytics to help you distill signals from the noise, see things you've never seen before, and make business-improving decisions. Atlassian Analytics taps into the wealth of information across your cloud products, and it extracts up-to-date insights that you need to maintain a pulse on your business and take action. We've seen some examples today. What's great is that each analytics experience is tailored to the specific needs of your business teams. So let's pick another one. Let's say you're a demand gen leader. Is anyone here a demand gen leader? How many of you work with demand gen leaders? A bunch of you work with demand gen leaders. All right, so you're demand gen leader. You're responsible for a massive pipeline number driving revenue through marketing initiatives. Here's what you're up against. Every pipeline-generating project has to be completed efficiently and on time. Budget is limited, so you have to maximize your return. And in this case, the product team you work with, a bunch of you in this room here, have launched a trial version of the app that you're promoting, which means product usage resulting from these campaigns is going to be a critical success metric. This one in particular has probably been pretty opaque in the past because you've probably been using one solution to monitor pipeline, another to keep track of your project management status, a third for trial usage. The problem with this operating model is it doesn't allow you to answer questions that span across these areas, like, what's the pipeline impact of my projects that might be at risk? With Atlassian Analytics, you can gain a complete picture to easily answer these business-critical questions. Here's how. The Atlassian Data Lake integrates with our analytics platform, and that in turn connects with your own business intelligence tools, as well as third-party databases like Snowflake, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. It really gives you a 360-degree view of your critical work streams. Okay, enough preamble, though. We've got a quarterly number to make. We're halfway through the quarter. 120 million, that's real money. And what we can see right away is that about 13 million of it is at risk. So a couple things I want to point out. In the upper right there, you can see pipeline value by project. So this is what pipeline those projects are meant to generate. And then over in the lower left, you can see whether they're at risk, and there's more risk than we want, in progress or completed. So anytime you've got risk, what do we want to do? We want to understand it so that we can mitigate it. So let's dig in. The first thing we're going to do is look at our pipeline to spend dashboard. This is really our return on investment section. And what we can see here is that the trial version, marketing the trial version is really paying off. That's generating an awful lot of ROI for really not very much money. So that's fantastic. Now we want to know, great, what's making that so successful? So we have a dashboard that integrates with Snowflake, and this shows us trial usage of the app as it relates to critical conversion points in the funnel. So what we can see here is that when we launch new features, the social share, Workflows 2.0, conversion rates go up. So this tells us we have an opportunity to promote these features more aggressively in our marketing efforts. Next, we're going to check out the ideal customer profile widget, which shows us which customers are converting most effectively. And we can see we're doing best in the SaaS industry, among marketers, in the Americas, at companies between about 200 and 1,000. So this is fantastic. We will want to focus on talking to these people. So we've identified 2 ways we can mitigate our risk. We can target those ideal customer profiles, we can market the trial, but as the quarter progresses, we're going to want to stay up to date with our data, which we can do using the subscription feature in Analytics, which gives you regular updates directly in your email inbox on a schedule of your choosing. And remember those smart links Sendhil talked about, those artful little windows across all of your Atlassian products? Well, here you can use them to embed your analytics dashboard directly into Confluence pages or Jira Work Management issues so that your teams always have current and complete context. But let's get back to this quarter. We still haven't figured out what's driving that 13 million in pipeline risk. This dashboard shows us pipeline generated per team. And what you can see here is that Team A is falling way behind. But when we dive into the quarterly project status, which shows us the work allocation, it's really not for lack of trying. They are just way over capacity. So that's where your risk is. Fortunately, Team C has spare capacity. You just move some work around, and voila, back on track. Well done. You've saved the struggling team. You've de-risked the quarter. We're not done yet, though. We want to invest the unused portion of our budget on marketing that trial and targeting those customers. Congratulations. That was one heck of a finish to the quarter. I'm really proud of us. And we're happy to announce that if you have an enterprise license to any Atlassian product, the analytics platform is now live so that you too can derive meaningful insights and see things you've maybe never seen before, just like Wilhelm did when he discovered the X-ray. All right, uncovering insights removes one barrier in the science of teamwork, but those cumbersome, mundane, repetitive processes are another barrier. They hold us back from the meaningful work. And this problem of optimizing processes reminds me of windmills. Why? Because they are a great example of machines helping human beings achieve more. I didn't know this, but the earliest windmills were invented way back in ancient Persia and Greece. This cool design up there at the top. And they freed humans from the literal grind of milling grain. That was popular. Think what a relief that was. No wonder it caught on. The Chinese thought, hey, we could use these to pump water. Another great idea. The Dutch agreed. Windmills spread all over the world. One of the great things about science and technology is that it can free humans from the repetitive and the mundane so we can focus on the meaningful work. And we're building on that tradition with Atlassian automation. Now, I know it's not exactly the same as having to haul water or grind grain, but we all know what it's like to have to manage the minutia, right? The repetitive details of day-to-day communication and coordination that are just required to keep teams on track. So this is the set of things I regularly have to do in Confluence. This is my AI-generated avatar, by the way. The computers think I'm leading the rebellion. A meeting has started, and I forgot to create the notes page that we'll all use to capture summaries and action items. Now that the meeting is over, I have to continually hassle people to complete those action items. My team relies on up-to-date OKR documents and roadmap requirements, and I have to check those at least once a quarter to make sure that they're current. These tasks matter, and I will admit, I hate doing them, and so I forget, and my teams fall out of sync. And then the fate of the rebellion hangs in the balance. The Atlassian automation platform takes these tasks off our plates by connecting your data, your applications, your processes, and your teams. ensuring that the mundane tasks just get done without fail so you can focus on the meaningful work. And it's really easy to set up. I know you're worried it's going to be a pain. It's not. You don't have to code. You just pick a trigger and matching conditions. So, for example, every Monday, if my team has not completed their tasks, please hassle them in Slack for me. Atlassian automation extends across your tools. So let's say your product team creates an epic in Jira Software. An automation rule then creates a Confluence page using the product launch template, and then it adds a series of go-to-market tasks in Jira Work Management where your marketing and design teams are working. It even has templates for the most common needs. And would you look at that? Everything I complained about has a template set up and ready to go. So from now on, I'm going to let my friendly automation helper make those meeting note pages for me. Atlassian Automation is available now for our premium and enterprise customers. To learn more, visit atlassian.com/automation. A little like windmills pumping water from the ground, Atlassian Automation does the mundane work so you can focus on the meaningful work. All right, we've uncovered insights, we've optimized processes, one pillar of the science of teamwork to go, what I'm sure you've all been waiting for, applying intelligence. But first, we're not done with windmills. Okay, bear with me. In the 1850s, we experienced a major breakthrough in the design of windmills. There was this young inventor, his name was Daniel Halliday, and he figured out how to build them so that they would change direction to adjust to the direction of the wind and maintain speed by changing the pitch of the blades. This is what led to the modern windmill, this wonder of engineering that harnesses power from the atmosphere and converts it into energy we can use for anything. I think the human-machine partnership is at a similar moment. The surge of breakthroughs in artificial intelligence has been breathtaking. And this is a technology that draws on the sum total of all digital human knowledge to accomplish some really astounding things. We already take for granted many of the ways we use AI in day-to-day tasks. Mike talked to you about how Atlassian has built AI over the years to help personalize your search or recommend the right people and teams to collaborate with. But now, with the broad availability of large language models and experiences like ChatGPT, we can create entirely new things for teams. Atlassian Intelligence is your new always-on virtual teammate. It's coming soon across the entire family of cloud products. Atlassian Intelligence helps you accelerate work, learn on the fly, and get answers to anything. So remember all those meeting-related tasks I complained about because I'm super lazy? Here's another one I really, really hate. At the end of the meeting, you have to go through the transcript or your notes to distill the action items and the key decisions. Atlassian Intelligence can do this for us. We just give it the meeting transcript, and it will summarize and extract key information. So with a single click, we have decisions, actions, done. And this goes beyond meeting transcripts. It's there to help you define and summarize work across Confluence, Trello, and Jira Work Management. With the menial tasks out of the way, you can focus on the important stuff. So this happened to me recently. This is Trello, our beloved product management tool for personal work and lightweight project management. My team, we use it a lot for brainstorming. And so my team had brainstormed some ideas, and they needed my feedback, and I was under a lot of time pressure, and I will admit that my written feedback came across a little harsh. This would be terrible. Okay, I need to be clear, but also effective. Time to bring in intelligence to help me make my tone more professional. That's better. I got the point across without being a total jerk about it. When you have to write or create something new, it can be really, really hard to get going, right? Like there's just the flashing cursor that's judging you. When this happens to me, I know there's a lot of reference material I can go draw from in Confluence, but then I rummage around Confluence, but then it doesn't necessarily help me get going, and I have to sift through all those pages. Intelligence can streamline the task. You can ask Intelligence to create a draft pulling from existing Confluence resources. So make me a blog post based on the mobile messaging house, and well, right there, my first draft is ready to go. All right, who here has ever run into an acronym you know you should know, but you don't know, and you don't want to ask because it'll make you look dumb? Every single one of you should have your hand up. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. In the spirit of DFTC, No idea. With Atlassian Intelligence, you now have a teammate who can give you those definitions, no judgment. You just hover over the term, and it explains what it means. Don't fuck the customer. I do know this one. This is actually a stated Atlassian corporate value. You can also ask it bigger questions like, when are we launching the new mobile app? Who can I talk to about accessibility? Or how do I enable two-factor authentication? Atlassian Intelligence is your new always-on virtual teammate that has your company's institutional knowledge on tap. And it's coming soon across our family of cloud products, from legal reviews in Jira Work Management, to brainstorms in Trello, to marketing launches in Confluence. And we really would love to co-create with you. So if you want to sign up for the waitlist, please visit Atlassian.com/AI for early access. We've covered a lot today. Everything we've talked about is meant to drive the ability to collaborate freely and change the way we work through data and machine intelligence. When art and science come together, we accomplish really amazing things. And there's probably no human being in history that embodies the unification of art and science quite like Leonardo da Vinci. We, of course, all know his paintings. The Mona Lisa is probably the most famous painting in the world. But his scientific curiosity was equally insatiable. His sketches contained early visualizations of helicopters, solar energy, cars, plate tectonics, hundreds of years before we were able to verify his hypotheses or put his ideas to practical use. I think Da Vinci knew that he was sitting on the cusp of great scientific evolution, and that through both art and science, we could understand and better the world. And we hope to play a little part in helping you bring together the art and science of teamwork so that you too can achieve great things. Art allows us to work differently, while science enables it all to come together. And to drive harmony between the art and science of teamwork in your companies, we're excited to announce that Atlassian Together is now generally available. Atlassian Together is our single cloud subscription across our best-in-class collaboration tools for business teams, including Trello, Confluence, Jira Work Management, and Atlas. It also includes Access, which is our enterprise identity and access management solution. It's an incredible offering at a great price point. So if you would like to learn more, please visit Atlassian.com/together. I could not be more thrilled to usher in the next chapter of our work management solution. A heartfelt thanks truly to all our customers. We cannot wait to see what our partnership has in store for us next, because we understand success is impossible alone. Thank you.